everyone. I bet you're sick of hearing my voice today. I'll try and keep it quick so you can get on with the fun stuff. Have you read Super Potato? If you haven't, get your grown-up to find the link that I sent them and have a read of it because it's an introduction to our activity for science. So, Super Potato's one of my favourite stories. But ever since I've read it, something about me has changed. I've got a secret. You have to promise not to tell anyone. Can you guess what the secret might be? Nope, I'm not a superhero. Let me tell you. Are you all promising not to tell anybody? I promise not to laugh at me as well. I'm terrified of peas. Ever since I've read Super Potato, I am so worried that those sneaky peas are going to escape from the freezer and capture me and keep me held prisoner. Or steal all my vegetables. Who knows? So I have a plan. This is what happens to the peas in my house. I'm so scared that I'm worried some of the peas might escape from the freezer. I've started freezing the peas in ice cubes for extra protection. So they're not just in a bag in the freezer. Oh no, they are frozen in ice cubes. Sometimes if I have to move the ice cubes out of the freezer, I start to get worried that the ice cubes are going to melt and the peas will escape. So today I need you to help me to work out the best way to stop my ice cubes from melting so I can stop the peas from escaping. So today we're going to do a science investigation to find out which materials are the best for stopping ice melting. What do you think we could do to stop ice cubes from melting? Talk to somebody in the classroom or at home about what we could do to stop ice cubes from melting. If you need longer to talk, just pause the video. Can't wait to hear some of your exciting ideas about how we can stop ice cubes from melting. So this is a little bit of a cartoon. It's called a concept cartoon. So it's where we can talk about something that's happening in the picture. So these children have got a snowman and they love their snowman so much that they don't want it to melt. So see, these are some of the things that they're talking about. Okay, so this child is saying, I think we should put a coat on the snowman. It will keep him cold and stop him from melting. So this child says, I think it will keep him cold and stop him from melting. This child says, don't put the coat on the snowman, it will melt him. And this person says, I don't think the coat will make any difference. Do you think any of the children are right? Why? Have a little discussion or a little think. Do you think they should keep the snowman without a coat or with a coat? Which one will help him to stay frozen for longer? Don't worry if you're not sure. We're going to investigate that a little bit more today. So, what do you think will happen if we put something around our ice cubes? I'm thinking we might try and cover our ice cubes and see if it stops them from melting. So a little bit like the snowman could have a coat, our ice cubes could have a cover around them. When you cover something up, when you wrap something up, it's a special science word that's called insulate. And when you insulate something, it stops heat escaping or cold escaping. So you wrap something up and it stops the heat from escaping and the cold from escaping as quickly as before. So we're going to try and insulate our ice cubes today. Gone the wrong way. So today we're going to think about how different materials are suitable for stopping an ice cube from melting. We're going to compare a few different materials and see which ones work best. Hopefully by the end of the lesson you'll be able to choose which materials are able to stop items from defrosting, and you'll be able to understand and explain how different materials act to insulate an item and to stop it from insulating. So these are some ideas for some things that I thought you could use. So your grown-ups should have put some ice cubes or some ice in something in the freezer ready for today. And then you're going to take them out in a little while and you're going to choose 2 different things to cover your ice cubes up. So these are some ideas. You could wrap your ice cube in bubble wrap, cotton wool. You could put it in a plastic cup. You could find some fabric. You could try wrapping it in tissue paper. You could put it on a paper plate. You could try putting it in some polystyrene or a cardboard box. Or maybe you've got something else at home that you think would be really good to wrap your ice cube in. Which one do you think will work best? I wonder what the children in class 2 are going to choose as well. We're going to do this at school. So your task today is you're going to choose 2 different materials to try and stop 2 ice cubes from melting. You will use a different material for each ice cube and wrap each ice cube in the material. Or if it's a box, you could just put the ice cube in the box. Or if it's a cup, you can put the ice cube in the cup. You need to keep checking the ice cubes to see which one is defrosting the most quickly. What does that word defrost mean? Brilliant. So it means it's melting. It's turning from ice back into water. You could use a timer to see how long the ice cubes stay frozen. That was wrong. You could use a timer to see how long. I've not done that sentence properly, have I? But it's not going to let me change it now. Try keeping another ice cube. So if you've got a spare ice cube, try keeping that just on a plate that's not wrapped in anything. Keep watching to see what happens to that ice cube. So you should have 3 ice cubes in total, 2 that are wrapped in different things, and then 1 ice cube on a plate which is not wrapped in anything. And I want you to work out which one stays frozen for the longest. Okay, after that I want you to write some sentences for me to tell me what happens. So when you've done your experiment, send me a photo of what happened to your ice cubes and write some sentences to explain what happened and to tell me the best materials for stopping ice cubes from melting. If you really enjoy the experiment and you've got extra ice cubes, you could try even more than 2 different materials if you wanted to. Good luck. This is really going to help me. We need to stop these peas from escaping. Have fun!